as a company, already 7 years working as a fintech. And we have our flagship product, digital kiosk, in the market. So we were ready for this, let's say, approach, which is very close to childbirth. You know, you start with very big expectations, and then you are getting to a very painful process until you get licensed and work together with the banks for a technical solution. So for us, this was very, very much expected because we were digitalizing other services in the country since very similar time when the KEX-Pay started, and we were always looking across the border what the KEX-Pay is doing and what we can do here also. And so we started with SMS parking, then we started with parking paying with cards, we started with the taxi digitalization of services. So many of these things we digitalized. And everywhere we found problems which are very similar to ones which Matteo really colorfully presented to us. We have situations here very similar which are in his examples in Africa, for example, because we don't have an instant payment yet, and we have a digitalization of services. The people who are in a taxi don't allow you to pay. It's not only because they don't like, you can ask for a ride and you want to pay by digital kiosk, the driver will tell you, please don't. You don't have to pay, just get out. So the problem is not in the technology, the problem is that it's a cash-driven business, and they cannot return the money back instantly, but they have to go to the company, and the company calculates this invoice back to digital kiosk and gets the money back until they are paid. And with the instant payments, which will come in the near future, we can resolve these issues. So it's not only, what happened in the last couple of years with the central bank, because in my previous life, I was very much in banking for 25 years. I've seen the other side of the medal and how it works. So I think the central bank is pushing this very hard, and things are happening. And I would say that this thing regarding the SEPA is not only about cost saving and whatever, it's just how many things didn't happen because we didn't have SEPA. So these costs didn't happen because there was no business case with SEPA. So for example, if we wanted to work with Fedor in KEX-Pay and we want to settle internally the interoperability, we couldn't do it because we had to pay daily transaction 100 euros to settle with Croatia. So these things didn't happen regionally. So the SEPA is a highway. It's not just cost saving. So it's like a highway. It may not look like that we have earned from its cost saving, whatever, but it's something you need infrastructurally to provide future services, waterproof. And so to answer directly on this question regarding Fleca was the initial, and you had more pains than us, I'm sure, and we're tracking your steps. But also two companies, what I can advise, the ones who I think the real competition is not between the banks and the fintech or between the fintechs. The real competition is between us and traditional way of payments. You still go to supermall where you have these old banks and you see 100 people queues there, young people. We are not talking about generation of our fathers or grandparents. And this is continuously happening. So this we have to change with these new services, that this paradigm that it's always more secure, faster, whatever, to be paid in a traditional way has to change. So customer behavior is our competitor in the market, what we have to change. And I think from our reasoning, the open banking was additional thing which we need to digitalize, which is an open thing for us to enter as a fintech sector. And I think from our perspective, what I would advise the others which will follow our path is just try to apply as soon as possible, because the process with the regulator, even though the central bank was very supportive in this process, helping us very much, takes a long period of time. And the implementation part might be easier because we are here and we are open to share this knowledge which we learned through this path, because between us and Fleca, we were sharing constantly the information how to push each other to complete things. And I think in this sense, the future commerce might have the easier approach thing, but all of us are on the same path to digitalize financial sector more and include more people in this transaction. So we still probably have 100,000 people who are unbanked, and we have so many people which are not using digital service. I mean, how many people in the audience are using digital kiosk or Presto? Can you raise hands? Being regulated to continue to be regulated, because you know, it's just not we have adopted this. It is thing which evolves, and we need help coordinating everything with the banking sector, because you know, it's, of course, the regulator is not here to make our business case, so we are here to build it. But on the other hand, the infrastructure needs improvements. We constantly, for example, in the law, there is ability to have a white lists, and white lists are now premium services, shouldn't be premium services, and many things like that. So the devil is in the details. For example, if you want to have embedded SDK, embedded flow in the PSD2, we don't have it still in the market. And when we last year moved the PSD2 into the regulation, we had a lot of pensioners, which we have successfully migrated to the app during COVID. And then these people are not very literal, as you said. They cannot switch to another application. It's a big headache for them. Go here, go to banking, approve this. So in the last 1.5 years, we have seen not the same growth we had before. So it's not new technologies are not only bringing the growth, they are bringing challenges which we have to address.